Hey there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be. Woo. We are here for another issue. It is issue number 9. No COVID-19 coronavirus stops us here at WeBeam TV. We are a very small, tight-knit group here. There's only like 3 of us that actually work here day in, day out. But nevertheless, we are here for another amazing issue of Comic Book 101 TV.
It's been a great week.
It has been a great week. I, of course, am your lovely, prettiful, beautiful host, the Princess of Weird himself, Josh Johnson. And to my left...
Yeah, left, not right. Michael from Cosplay in Tampa Bay.
And we are here each and every week to give you all of your rundown of this week in the world of comic books, action figures, and all that fun jazz. However, this is a very somewhat special episode, we want to say, because given everything
that... special?
No. Given everything that is going on in the current climate of the world, especially here in the United States and in Florida, a lot of things have been being canceled left and right. Cons have been canceled. So, the recent autograph signing, we actually still have the graphic for it and everything like that for Starship Down #1, which was going to be this weekend, I believe. That wound up actually getting postponed. Stay tuned to Yancey Street Comics Facebook page. They will have more information about Starship Down and Amanda Moody when she is there, and when we get the autograph signing official, everything like that. So we do apologize about this. Once again, this has been one of those things that it has affected all walks of life, not just us here at the studio, but everywhere across this wonderful land of ours. I know Michael has now started working from home a little bit.
They made me start working from home officially today. The first group started today. They plan on having my whole building by the end of the week.
Yeah, and one of the things that we have already talked about is, once again, the Starship Down signing has been officially canceled. Free Comic Book Day now still up in the air. There you see Andrea Moody was supposed to be there for the signing of this. Unfortunately, not going to be able to happen.
Even worse, other events that we were looking forward to, WrestleMania's.
Yeah, I have officially, like at the end of the show where I normally plug every single thing I have coming up, I've got one show right now, and I'm not even sure that's going to last. I hope it does, IPW Hardcore Wrestling. But Kaiju Big Battle, the 2 shows, those have both been canceled. All of the WWN Wrestle Expo that they had going on, WrestleCon got canceled.
All the meet and greets coming.
Meet and greets, WWE Access, anything that was coming down here. MegaCon has officially, unofficially been postponed. There's been a lot of words coming around.
Savage, I guess, has said it's canceled. MegaCon still not officially wanting to say because they're still trying to figure stuff out what to do.
And we still have a bunch of stuff that we're normally going to go through as we do each and every week here. But we want to take a little bit of time here to kind of discuss, since people are now being quarantined, they're stuck in their houses. Like, nerds were kind of made for this in one way or another.
Stuck in a house. I'm fine with that.
You might be. I've got a raging 2-year-old at home, as well as some other plans that have now gone to the wayside a little bit.
Our house is gamers, so we're all in our rooms anyway.
Yeah, so for me, one of the first things that you guys can do is, if you have old comic books, you can go and read them. There's your first option. There's still plenty of ways to read comic books. Still, Yancey Street Comics, actually, as of right now, they are doing a curbside pickup for some of their comics, if you get in touch with them, if you are a subscriber. They are also doing a few other options to help out some of the consumers, and there are a bunch of other comic book shops. This is just our local shop that we're talking about.
Posting that comic shops will, depending how far you are, they'll deliver them to you.
Yeah, they'll mail them to you. Unfortunately, Amazon, I was hearing earlier today.
Yes, they're not doing any deliveries at all unless it's something important like medications, I guess. Like
any food, any necessities, you know, only essentials.
Another thing you can do is watch WeBeam TV.
Of course, you can watch WeBeam TV.
Nerd Talk.
You can watch all of our past episodes.
Another 20-something shows on there.
Yeah, there are over 25+ shows on the WeBeam TV network. Rob, if you could pull up the website, actually, so some of the fans can see it. So I know we don't really have this as an asset. We actually had an entirely different plan on how we were starting the show today, but we thought that this was kind of an important thing to kind of talk about and stuff like that.
We have the first comment already.
Just pull up the WeBeam TV website so some of the people at home can see all the wonderful TV shows that we have to offer.
Our first comment, look at those white legs. Oh, my eyes. Mr. John Gaston.
Yeah, it's not really White John. It's from the Blue Lights. You should know this. But there are some of the amazing shows you can watch. 62 Who Knew, Consumer Quarterback Show. There is Comic Book 101. There's all of our archived episodes. Fighting Back, The Home Show, Chamber TV, Twisted Views.
Hey, you might see me on
Full Throttle Vision, of course, Nerd Talk. The UFO Woman Show. All of these shows you can go home and watch right now. Stream them to your computer. Every single one of them. There's an idea for something to do. You can play your video games.
Yeah.
I know there have been a ton of games that have come out. Mail service still luckily running and still out there. So luckily for me, over the past week, one of my big major weekly purchases that we don't really get into on this show because it doesn't really fit the theme sometimes. I collect a lot of board games and I started getting into the trading card game of the Transformers. I wound up buying a bunch of those cards and sets. Luckily for me, I purchased them through eBay, so they should still be coming. And if you're an action figure fan, if you're still purchasing action figures, eBay's a great place to do it. Mercari, there are numerous sites out there that you can still be using for your trading and collecting of action figures. Of course, if you ordered through the Previews magazine that we always talk about each and every month, they will be actually having some of the things that you can pick up.
Last week I ended up picking that up. We left after the show and we went to the comic shop and I ended up buying that for myself.
And Tell Me is not one of the best things you can pick up. Like,
I've been going
just
through,
off of.
I got my little highlighter. I want to buy this. I want to buy this. I want to buy this. And it's all color coordinated, how important it is to me.
See, he's got a more elaborate system than I do. I literally just pick up the book and spend 10, 15 minutes thumbing through it, see if there's anything I really want. But to show you guys how easy it is to order through the Previews magazine, when we were at the shop this past week, I happened to order a wonderful little item out of here. And while I go to find that item, why don't we go to Mr. Cosplay in Tampa Bay, Mr. Michael Stanley, for his first new comic purchase of the week.
Do we have a thing for that one?
I do believe we do. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got new comic books coming out each and every Wednesday. But this week is your lucky week because thanks to the coronavirus and everything that's been going on with this, a lot of the local shops have made it so you can start picking up your comics today if you can. Don't stop what you're doing and watching us. After you're done watching us, you can head right on over there, pick up your books of the week.
Call and make sure they're doing it.
Yes.
Some may not still.
You want to call, make sure they're still doing it, everything like that, because once again, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot going on in the world today. But take it away, Mr. Cosplay in Tampa Bay, with your first comic purchase.
First one. Last week we talked about Gwen Stacy #1, and Gwen Stacy #2 came out, so I picked it up. Her dad's hurt. He's in the hospital based on corruption charges. There's some issues going on. But what high school student of the month, class president, candidate service do about that? Gwen isn't the type of person to sit around with her hands in her pocket and do nothing. She's a crime master, of course, so definitely check this one out and find out what happened to her father.
Now, that was a heck of a book there, Michael. Really interesting cover. We saw the cover last week for the first issue.
Last week was kind of scary.
Yeah.
The variant. I picked up the variant copy as well because I like getting a hold of the variants. Usually, to me, I found out variants at times worth a little more because they make less quantities of them.
All right. Apparently, I cannot find what I had purchased in this book, and our producer, Rob, is giving me a little slack for it. But I wound up going through here, and I'm a huge, huge fan of the Umbrella Academy, and I wound up purchasing a Hotel Oblivion keychain right from the Hotel Oblivion. It is the third graphic novel out of the Umbrella Academy series, just to show you guys how easy it is to purchase these items.
Oh, it was I'm standing there, he's like, hey, I want orders, and he's like, what is it? And he hopped on the computer and did it.
Yeah.
Took a matter of about 2 minutes at the most.
Yeah, and they simply, easily, we didn't order it through the exact Previews magazine using the order page in here. What we did do was just order it straight through our shop. We went in there, we showed them exactly where it was, this, that, and the other, and they were able to order it for us, and now it's just a matter of waiting for it to come in through the mail. Once again, because of everything's going on.
He said this week it should be in.
Yes, he did say it should be here this week, but unfortunately, given everything going on in the social climate of the world, it may or may not get there, but we hope it does, and if it does, we'll have it here on the show next week. However, my first purchase of the week is this little ditty right here. It is Transformers #8. Yep, that is right. Let me put it there. I believe we actually got a better graphic of what the cover looks like. It is Transformers number 8, ladies and gentlemen, and as Megatron seeks to bring out change to Cybertron, he meets Termagax, a living piece of Cybertronian history, and founded the Ascension movement. Now, all that set aside, I always talk about how I read my comic books each and every week and whatnot. I didn't read it. I honestly did not read it, because if we can pull up that graphic one more time, Rob, you'll see like right here in the little lower corner, there it says it, free Transformers trading card game booster pack inside. And yes, I did buy it for that reason only. It was a great deal, because normally the booster packs are around $4 or $5. The comic was around $4. It was $3.99 for it. So for the price of the book, I got a free pack of cards, or for the pack of the cards, I got a free book. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to get into it. We all know how much we love some Transformers on Comic Book 101. But I opened the pack of cards. Guess what card was inside?
Megatron.
No, I wish it was a Dinobot. I believe it was Slug that I grabbed, the Stegosaurus one. No, the Grimlock cards are actually the rare cards in the set of Transformers trading card games, because obviously Grimlock, he is king. But you know what one of the most super rare cards is in the entire game? It's an entire set of them.
Bumblebee.
Nope. It is all of the Dinobots as one set to build Volcanicus. That's right, if you were a fan of the Transformers Prime Wars, Combiner Wars, Power of the Prime series that aired online not too long ago. It was on the official Transformers website. Amazing anime. You highly should check it out. But on it, Volcanicus is actually the combination droid, like Devastator, how he's the combiners.
Yeah.
But of all the Dinobots, when they all form together, they make Volcanicus. And as the super rare cards in the Transformers trading card game, I unfortunately am not able to afford those right now. But like I said earlier, I did pick up a bunch of cards. I got a few more Dinobots, Megatron, Starscream. I picked up a Soundwave, plus his, Ravage, Rumble, Laserbeak, all those guys. I'm fully excited for those. Hopefully I get them within the week so I can start talking about them on Nerd Talk, because I have a new segment on there that you'll have to tune in then to find out. But that was my first comic purchase of the week.
Before I go to my next comic, some more chatting going on. John said, stop yelling.
That's what I do. I'm excited.
Edward, Mr. Enigma, came on and said hello. Hope we're all doing well. So I just want to say that real quick. My next comic book, I didn't have it ready. I'm slacking. Is Star Wars Bounty Hunters #1. I know you were looking at this one, and they only had one copy left, and I kind of snagged it before he could. Never betray a bounty hunter, especially if it's Boba Fett. Years ago, Valis and fellow bounty hunters Bossick and Boba Fett took on a mission that went sideways in a very bad way after Valis' mentor Nakano Lash violently betrayed him. Valis' team barely escaped with their lives. He never thought he'd face his old mentor again until Lash finally resurfaces under mysterious circumstances. Every bounty hunter in the galaxy wants a piece of Valis and is hell-bent getting on it. He has a score to settle, and so does Boba Fett.
Now, it'll be interesting to kind of see who actually gets to him first. I actually didn't get the chance to read that one this week, but I did just get an interesting little text message from our good friends over at Yancey Street Comics, and like I was just saying, they are open till 9 o'clock tonight, and if for whatever reason you can't go inside and pick up your books and you still want to try to stay safe, send them a message. They might be able to work with you in getting your books delivered curbside or something like that. Plenty of ways to still get your comic books, ladies and gentlemen, each and every week. My next comic book for the week, though, was Death of the Army of Darkness, #2. There you see all the variant covers with a almost kind of put an Ash mask on your face kind of kit there. Really interesting read, because once again, a continuation of the one that I read a couple of weeks ago, where Ash and the gang of doppelganger Ashes from what we find out is actually his personality has split into multitudes. There's, the shy, this, that, how it goes with these things. And of course, there is a feminine one, which is a redheaded female Ash that he attempts to sleep with, because why wouldn't he? He's Ash. But really good book, highly recommended. They still have a few more issues coming out in the next few months. Definitely going to check those out, I think. huge Army of Darkness fan. I know a lot of the fans of Comic Book 101 everybody was a huge horror fan earlier.
Sam Raimi, Ted Raimi.
I highly recommend it. If you're into comics, if you are into Army of Darkness and all of that, really check them out. 2 issues out right now. Really a great read. And Michael, I believe you picked up more comics than me this week.
The last one, it was kind of random. I didn't know anything about it till recently learning more. It's called Aggretsuko is the pronunciation for it. It's a Japanese cartoon that's on Netflix. She is a little red panda that works in like a place kind of like The Office, and she has some little anger issues, and she sings in a metal band. So the first comic came out, so I picked that up because I like trying something different that's not everybody knows. But it's also made by the people that do Hello Kitty. Sanrio, I think is how you pronounce it. Again, it's a hit Netflix show in production for season 3 right now. Young office workers stuck in a thankless job. Those only stress everything. How she gets rid of her stress is singing her heavy metal at the local karaoke joint. With the help of her friend, she can find a job that satisfies her craves. So
not to mention, adventure is always afoot in this series. He wound up picking it up because, once again, Mr. Cosplay in Tampa Bay loves his anime, loves his new stuff.
Right before the show started, I was watching some Netflix and YouTube clips, and it actually looked pretty cute.
Now,
it's definitely worth checking out.
I want to point something out, if you wouldn't mind. Can I see that issue? Now, when he picked this up, he, meaning Mr. Cosplay in Tampa Bay over here, is a big proponent on picking up these issue number 1's first pressings. However, sometimes, like an issue like this is actually the second pressing of this comic book, Michael, because issue number 2 also came out this week. So this is actually the second pressing of this. We actually just showed you the cover a little bit ago when we were talking about this particular book of the actual first pressing cover. And that's how quickly sometimes these first pressings can go.
I was looking at the second issue. I'm like, well, I'm going to grab the first one before I grab the second because I want to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
And so far I like it. I'm going to probably keep buying that one.
Yeah.
I need to actually go there and make a whole subscription, so I have certain ones coming now every month.
But we actually happen to have that little bit of an advantage of actually getting to go there each and every week after the show.
You know which one we're going to get tonight, or at least I'm going to get?
Which one?
The new Batman.
The new Batman?
91.
You're really excited for that one?
Yeah.
For me...
That came out, well, today, tomorrow, whenever, it's here.
On New Comic Book Day today. Of course, we'll talk about those issues each week next week, because if the books come out Wednesday, we can't really talk about them the day before they come out. So we like talking about the week as it's progressed and everything like that. Moving on, though, I believe we have our first interview of the night.
Oh, yes. So this one happened when I was at Pensacon. It's with Greek Orthodox. So let's go ahead and check that one out. Here we are at Pensacon. I'm at Geek Orthodox. And we're with Ian. How you doing today?
Hey, Michael, I'm doing great.
Oh, so I came by, I saw some awesome work, so tell me about what you do here.
Sure, so my wife and I do stained glass using traditional methods, but inspired by modern iconography, a lot of pop culture, so we kind of blend the fandom and the faith together to show how people are using those modern archetypes in the same way that they would possibly with the religious figures in the past. So,
what got you wanting to do something like this?
So actually the first job that I ever had was sweeping up at a stained glass factory.
Nice.
Yeah, it was when I was really young, and I didn't really think about it again after that, but I went through school, I did a lot of art history, so I studied all of these types of art, and then I've been doing t-shirt designs for a long time, but I wanted something that I actually did with my hands.
Okay.
That at the end of the day, you had art that you had made that now existed in the world that didn't before.
So how many different pieces do you have?
Sure. So we usually bring a couple of our original pieces to the show to show what we're capable of. Most of what we do for our original work is commissioned. So if somebody has a window of a certain size, they have certain fandoms that they like to do, we create custom work for them. And so we've done everything from small Dungeons and Dragons monsters up to like a 4-foot by 12-foot Star Trek triptych for a guy's house.
So this is something I think at our TV studio we could put out outside windows and everything, make these our windows.
Yeah,
so when people come by, they'll be like, wow, what's that?
Yeah, so we do those big original pieces, and then those are time consuming. It's a laborious process. And so we also make artist prints. And so for all of our smaller pieces, these are actually static cling.
Okay.
So those peel and stick on a window and give it a look of stained glass.
I thought that was stained glass when we walked by. I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, so those are $20 instead of hundreds to thousands of dollars for the original pieces. Yeah.
So where can everybody find you at?
Sure, so our website is geekorthodox.com. You can also find us online, Facebook, Instagram at Geek Orthodox Art.
Awesome. Thank you again so much. And we'll be back with some more shortly.
Thanks a lot.
And there was our good friends over at Geek Orthodox. Some amazing stained glass. You can either get them as a print, that like a little sticker vinyl thing that you can use, or actually get the actual stained glass. That's really interesting.
Thank you. First, I want to say thank you to Edward. If you're still watching, he actually helped me do the interviews. He held the camera and everything for me.
Very nice. So thank you very much.
Kind of random that day, and they were really cool about doing an interview. Super nice people. I want to definitely get some of that.
And of course, whenever the con season picks back up, because you know there's still a bunch of them still planned for later in the year, we'll obviously be trying to attend some of them. Obviously, a few of them, as of right now, as we all know, some of them being canceled, postponed. We're taking it a day at a time, just like each and every one of you are.
Can do it.
It's the only way. But we have to
and stay clean.
Yes. But we have to talk about not only our new comic purchases of the week, but now our new figure purchases of the week. So I wound up going out and finding the first toy we're talking about, because I only picked up one for the week, because that's how we usually do, is just like one, because it'd be too much time with all the ones I buy. But I got this Mega Construx HellBoy action figure. We all know how much I love me some HellBoy. Usually the red right hand of doom is right here sitting next to me, but this week, sadly, no, I didn't have enough time to set it up. But I do have enough time to open up some HellBoy.
Saw that when I came in. I thought it was pretty cool looking.
Yeah, a little minifig that has his little tail that is attachable and whatnot. Let's see how he works. We put the tail on. Now, I do have a random HellBoy collection in my house. I have a few different figures that I've picked up over the year. None of the really elaborate or expensive ones because of price. But I was able to get like stuff like this that was on the relatively cheap end. As a matter of fact, I probably picked this one up as Toys R Us was closing.
So I don't have any HellBoy figures, but the only thing HellBoy related I do have is when I met Ron Perlman at DreamCon in Jacksonville. We met him in a hotel. He was in the elevator, talked to him. He invited us to watch him sing karaoke.
And how was that?
Oh my God, he could actually sing.
Yeah, I could figure that. I mean, he is HellBoy. But just to let everybody know, normally I don't like doing Legos on this show because of how long it takes to do Legos at times. But let's plug this in, plug that in, and here we go. Move your figs. My little HellBoy action figure. Nope. He goes right there. We've got it figured out. If we put him at the arrow, we can get him on the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, people. We've been doing 9 shows now. It's like we do stuff.
All right, so we're going to go with one of mine or 3 of mine. So you told me when you got the Transformers for me the other week, I had to go back and get the other ones. So.
And boy, howdy, is he not disappointed, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so disappointed. So here we go with the leader of the Autobots right there, if he'll stand
Optimus Prime. Actually, yeah, that's a lie. I do like me some Optimus here and there. Peter Cullen is the man. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Can we get the wide cam shot real quick, Rob? It's not an official show till, you know.
Oh, he throws his trash.
Yep, I got to throw my trash at the camera. And that one, too. I don't like that. All right, but back over here.
Next one, Bumblebee, which was always one of my favorite characters.
I don't like Bumblebee.
I don't care.
I'm strictly Decepticons, according to the chest plate.
Apparently my phone's going berserk.
Apparently mine, too.
And last but not least, check how big this one is.
Yeah, I was actually the same Grimlock that I opened on the show a few weeks back. So this is where this whole thing came from. They're the Prexio Limited 2019 Transformers Minifigures. Last week we opened Starscream, Megatron, Soundwave, or Michael did.
And I took them to work just as a little joke on my desk because we're allowed to have a couple things. I'm like, I'm going to bring them. I taped them down to the top of my monitor. My coworker got mad. He wanted them. I'm like, now I gotta get the Autobots. So I bought them, and he's been bugging me all week while we were at work. He's like, when are you going to bring them in? I'm like, not till I open them. He's like, bring them and open them. Not till the show. I gotta save them now. You don't know how hard it was not to open these for a week.
Oh, I can imagine.
I've been wanting to open them so bad. I'm like,
that
no,
Grimlock is just an amazing figure, just hands down. That's why I picked up the
there
Grimlock
was
for
something else
myself.
I picked up, but I did break down and open it ahead of time, but I'm going to buy more. They have dinosaurs, Jurassic Park figures, just like this.
Little mini Jurassic Park figures? Yes. Please save some so we can open them on the show next week.
So I bought one, and it was a T-Rex.
Ah.
So he's on my dresser now. I'm like, okay, now I got to go back this week and buy some more and open them next week.
And, of course, we do...
And they're only $1. Come on.
Yeah, there's so many great... We've talked about it. There are comic books at the dollar store now. There are these little mini action figures that you can find.
Found little Lego figures like the HellBoy. Little type of those over there.
There are a ton of different toys and things that you can buy at your local Dollar Trees, your local dollar stores, because a lot of people don't realize sometimes that the Dollar Tree or a Family Dollar General or some of these places even carry sometimes those 100-page comic books that DC and Marvel tend to release every so often to get you in as readers. They sell those. They sell those, the Princess, the Disney ones that I've talked about here each and every week for the past few weeks. They have so many different things that you can pick up, and usually your dollar store isn't as packed as some of the other places, like a Walmart, a Target, or something like that. So really great if you're trying to pick up some of your nerdier items for the cheap.
It was kind of fun going in there, just seeing what I could find.
Oh yeah, I have, as we've been able to tell each and every week, I hit up pretty much all major retailers. I hit up my Walmarts, my Targets, I hit up my dollar stores, I'll hit up my Dollar Generals, I'll go to Books A Million, the comic book store, a lot of different places for my collectibles, my comics, whatever I'm into, because I know some of the times these places will carry them.
Yeah, I went to Walmart yesterday, but I did not think about going to the toy aisle. I was on the search for a monitor for work. Went in, they didn't have what I wanted, went out. And after I drove off, I'm halfway towards the mall, I'm like, I didn't go look at toys. Damn.
Yeah, no, and it is a thing with me. My family knows it. Anybody who's around me. You've been with me just to go to Walmart for milk or something. I'm like, I gotta go to the toys. I gotta go to the clearance aisle, and I gotta go to the toy aisle, and I gotta go to the video game aisle, because that's where they sell the Funko Pops. And I do need me some brand new Funko Pops.
Oh, I got some coming soon.
Me, unfortunately, I don't have any coming anytime soon, but that's neither here nor there. But what we do have coming is another interview that you happen to have over at Pensacon 2020, and this time it was with Sad Little Dragon Fantasy Art.
Hey Nerdites, here we are back at Pensacon. I'm with Tammy with Sad Little Dragon Fantasy Art. How you doing today?
Good, good.
So I walked by, saw some amazing artwork. So tell me, how did you come up with what you do here?
I used to do 2D art, and I did fairies and mermaids, paintings and drawings and stuff like that. I've been doing that for a long time. I started playing with polymer clay. And I was like, I wonder if I can make a dragon. So I made one, and I was just messing around, but they took off, and it far outsold my artwork. So I just sort of moved on to the dragons, and they kept morphing into the butterfly dragons, and they morphed into characters, and so now I just do lots of different dragons.
So tell me the process. How does it start from beginning to end? How long does it take to make them?
It probably takes about an hour to make them, and I make them in batches. I used to work in a glass factory, and I was on the production line. So I sort of production line work them, and I'll take a certain one and I'll do like all the wings. They're done in Photoshop, and I cut them out with cardstock, and I glue them together. And then I assemble those, and then I go and I sculpt each dragon, and I just do 3 or 4 of the same color, so I'm working and mixing the clay all the same to speed up my production, and then I bake them all in the oven, and then they
There's a regular oven at home?
Yeah, a little toaster oven. That's, they bake for about 45 minutes, and then I take them out and I do the finishing little touches to them. Yeah. You know, whether it's a beard or whatever, you know, for their little...
What's your favorite one that you've made so far?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's hard to choose.
You just love them all.
I do.
So where can everybody find all your work at?
So I am on Etsy. I have an Etsy store. TammyPrice.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram.
And you were telling me you're going to be at a convention local where I live, Tampa Bay Comic Con this year.
This year.
Okay,
I've been there for the past 5 years.
How have we not found her and talked to her? This is some amazing stuff. We'll definitely find you there and get some more footage and see what we can do.
Okay, sounds great.
It's been awesome. Nerdites, we'll be back with some more from Pensacon. So yeah, if you're a huge fan of little dragons, nerds, even the eggs from Game of Thrones, definitely check that out.
Just seeing all those eggs made me hungry. I need them scrambled with some ham and some cheese. Can you do that for me?
Dragon egg?
With ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese?
Scrambled.
All right, I think that's on the menu. Let's go.
All right,
we're leaving the show and we're going. Yeah, let's go find a dragon.
Let's go get me that dragon. That dragon.
That'll be the easiest part.
IHOD, International House of Dragons. That's where we're eating tonight. They're flipping letters all over the place now. A, B, C, who knows? But anyway.
She'll be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con later this year. Hopefully everything goes as planned and that still happens later.
Yep, so we will all keep you well informed because once again we try to be as informed as we can be each and every week and let that information come to you guys. But we need to move on to our next segment, which is
Cosplayer of the Week.
Yeah, that's right, our Cosplayer of the Week.
Look at that logo. God, that's pretty.
You're just happy that we got some graphics. But this goes over to my good friend, Mr. Cosplay in Tampa Bay, Mr. Michael Stanley himself, for our Cosplayer of the Week.
So on Facebook, he goes by Cosplay Uno, and Instagram, KDiddy3300. So let's see some photos. What got him into cosplay? He went to art school in Tampa for graphic design, and he loves anime, movies, all that.
And Power Rangers, apparently.
Yeah. One of his friends brought him to a convention, and he got hooked. His favorite cosplay so far is the White Ranger. I actually did a photo shoot with him several years ago as the Blue Ranger, and that's when I became friends with him, and he's awesome cosplayer. The thing he loves about cosplay is he gets to wear and become the heroes, and he's always wanted to be that as a kid, so he's always had fun dressing up. His next,
I want to be the heroes.
His next cosplay is going to be that last one we just saw, the Ryu Ranger, little Street Fighter Power Ranger mashup.
Speaking of Power Ranger mashups, you know what comes out this week, Mr. Michael?
Is it this week?
Yes, it is this week.
Number 3?
I think it's actually
3 or are we on 4?
I think we're on 4 now.
I don't remember. I have all of them. I know.
Yeah. Either way, we're talking about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I wasn't expecting to go to the shop tonight because I want to go home and play Warcraft. I'm not going to lie. But now we're going to make a pit stop.
But with that pit stop, it will be after the show, and we'll talk about it next week. But
before that, if you want to be featured on Cosplay Spotlight, just send us a message, and we will.
Each and every week, we post on our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We are looking, usually our Facebook, we are looking for a cosplayer of the week. If you are interested, please send us a message at Comic Book 101 TV. On our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, all those great, wonderful sites, because that is how you stay connected with me and Michael Stanley. Of course, you can follow him at Cosplay in Tampa Bay. And then you can, of course, follow me at Princess Weird 17 through all forms of social media.
17?
It's a lucky number for me. It's always been a number that has great significance in my life. So,
is 17 the age you became a princess?
No, actually, that was a couple years back. I became an official princess when I was coronated by the Queen of Hearts herself when she gave me my own Tweedle and told me to take some heads for her kingdom. But that's another story for another day when I'm at Disney World. Unfortunately, it'll be a little ways away.
It'll be a while for that.
Because I don't have my season pass anymore and the park's closed down. But nevertheless, we're going to move on to our official character spotlight of the week. Hit him with the graphic. Yeah, that's right. Moving on up in the world.
Can I just start singing a song?
Go ahead. Sing the song, Michael. Go.
Teen Titans, go! That's all I want to do.
That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
Of course, the Teen Titans is our character spotlight of the week, and they are a very unique group to say the least. Unlike the Fantastic Four that we talked about last week, which usually has 4 core members that are always the same, the Teen Titans is a group that is constantly changing and evolving with the times. Yeah. The very first time we would ever see the Teen Titans is all the way back in The Brave and the Bold number 50. 54, and then they get the official name of the Teen Titans in issue number 60. Of course, they appeared in 1964 in The Brave and the Bold, number 54. The first team that ever consisted of was Kid Flash, Wally West, Robin, Dick Grayson, and Aqualad Garth, before adopting the name of the Teen Titans in issue number 60, where they added the one and only Wonder Girl, Donna Troy, to their ranks. Now, they continue to move forward with this stuff and have reinvented the Teen Titans numerous times, time and time again, because then we get to the New Teen Titans Volume 1, which you see on your screen right now. This is the team that we are all familiar with. Robin, Beast Boy, the Changeling, Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, Kid Flash, Donna Troy, Wonder Girl, and so many others.
And this one, if I'm right, was Wolfman and Perez, too, wasn't it?
Yes, this was the very first time Wolfman and Perez would actually start writing for the graphic novels and the comic books of the Teen Titans series. And their take on the Titans is kind of what we know and love today. The team's dynamic was really set forth in this series of books. And of course, you can pick up the very first volume of the Omnibus. Right now, it collects issues number 1 through 8 by Wolfman and Perez's run, and there are some great issues. In this line that they did, one of the most amazing ones is that they always would like to do these in the life of kind of things. So you would see the Titans trying to be normal teenagers in the world that exists in the comics without having to fight supervillains all the time. We've seen it sometimes in the cartoons, more specifically later on in Teen Titans Go. But
life
we
of
definitely
a teenager, what they're trying to survive
exactly.
with.
They had one really important issue with Donna Troy where they went and discovered her life and everything that went on with her. But this isn't the only thing that Wolfman and Perez would make involving the Teen Titans that is considered by far crucial reading material, not just for Teen Titans, but to me, all of DC Comics. And of course, we're going to talk about the Judas Contract. That's right, there you see the cover of it, the Judas Contract. Michael, what an amazing book this was.
Because that brought in the Hive.
Not only did that bring in the Hive, let's be real, this is where Deathstroke the Terminator comes in and completely lays waste to all of the Titans thanks to Tara, his girl on the inside, the woman that
Poor Beast Boy.
You know, he's like 40-something, she's like 16, but hey, it's comic books, who cares anymore?
It's okay for them.
Yeah, because, you know, that's what went down. But the Judas Contract, he uses Tara to infiltrate the Teen Titans, and then she turns on them, attacking the entire team. Her relationship with Beast Boy the Changeling suffers greatly because of this. He's never fully able to trust certain people ever again because of this.
Why does Deathstroke pick on little teenagers? He has nothing else to do? He can't fight Batman?
No. There's
kids?
There's a big reason for it, because in Deathstroke's eyes, these teenagers shouldn't be running around in costume.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be doing what Batman
does.
does.
Teach them a lesson.
Exactly, and he's teaching them the biggest lesson that he can teach them.
He's always end up kicking their butts, but they keep getting back up and going for more.
And in this one, and in this particular series, it was really hard for them to do, because Deathstroke is unlike any other villain that is out there. He's a marksman. He's a brilliant tactician. Like, he does so many great things that it's hard to get a beat on him and be able to see where he's coming from sometimes. But not only would they make the graphic novel of it, DC Animated some years later would make the animated feature of the Judas Contract, and there you see the team. This had a little bit of a different version of it, because Robin, Starfire, and a couple other of the characters are a little bit more mature. They're adults in this particular comic, while some of the other characters are teenagers. But they still deal with Tara turning on the team and her weird, twisted love affair with Deathstroke, including a scene we could not really show even the animated panels of, because it's her in a little nightie getting all cozy and warmed up to Deathstroke while he's kind of shooing off her advances because he has bigger and better fish to fry in trying to eliminate the Teen Titans. Now, I watched it quite a few times. I know you have had to watch it a few times.
I'm a huge Teen Titan fan.
What was your take on this whole Judas Contract? Not just the book, but the animated series as well.
I don't even know where to start on it. Just the whole betrayal with her is what really got me. Which even watching Teen Titans Go, or regular Teen Titans, I mean, you knew it was coming.
Oh yeah.
But it's just still one of my favorite comics.
And I think that's why it's such important reading for DC Comics, because it has been adapted so many times. It's a crucial story.
I feel bad for Beast Boy because he found his love of the life, the one girl that accepts him for who he is, and she just says, "Oh, screw you! I'm
banging a 45-year-old man with one eye.
I got daddy issues. I'm going to go with him instead."
But
you're a little green.
One of the other things that this book gives us, it is the first time that Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Nightwing would last all the way till present day when he became a modern incarnation of Batman during the whole Blackest Night storyline and everything like that. So there have been a lot of precedents set in the Wolfman and Perez run of the Teen Titans. Now, after that, many, many years later, we move down to the year of 2003, because in 2003, Teen Titans is rebooted yet again, like everything in DC Comics, because they tend to, run for a little while, reboot, run for a little while, reboot. It's their on again, off again cycle.
With every comic, you're going to do that because it gets boring after a while. It's the same old thing.
I wouldn't say that, because Marvel Comics hasn't really rebooted as much as DC. DC will go through a crisis every 2-3 years. Heck, we got 5G coming in a couple of months, and boy, howdy, is nobody really that excited. Like, there are people somewhat excited, but us on this show, like...
Who's your favorite Teen Titan?
That's obvious. He's one of my favorite characters of all time, Dick Grayson. We discussed this on this show, or Nerd Talk, one of the shows. Dick Grayson, favorite Bat character, like, legit. He's been with Harley Quinn, Batgirl, Starfire, like every major woman I would ever want to be with in the entire DC pantheon. Dick Grayson has sported up the tights and dived into action, figuratively and literally in some instances. But yeah, no, Dick Grayson, my favorite. You?
Raven.
Why Raven?
I've always been younger. I was always in the whole goth culture and everything, so her mystery, darkness, or
her motif, if you will. I will give you that one. Heck of a character with Raven. One of the
interesting storyline with her and her father and everything.
Very much so, and that continues on, because in 2003 they come out with Teen Titans: A Kids Game, which is another retelling of the origin story of the Titans, slightly changed up for the newer DC continuity in 2003. But what helped this book so much wasn't the fact that it was Jeff Johns on it, which does help a little bit because that dude is brilliant. What did help this book was the fact that in 2003, Teen Titans, the original animated series on Cartoon Network, would air, featuring Deathstroke, featuring the Hive, featuring so many of the great characters you love from the Teen Titans.
And they even added Teen Titans West on there as well.
Yes, they did.
East, whatever one it was.
East.
East.
Because the main Titans are on the West, the other ones are on the East, excuse me.
Okay there.
Yeah, little phlegm in my throat here right now.
Talk about Robin gets them all hot and bothered.
Talking about the women Robin's been with gets me all hot and bothered. I don't got Harlequin diamonds tattooed on my arm for nothing. But that's another story for another day. But continuing on, this series would have Beast Boy, Raven, Cyborg, Starfire, all the quintessential characters from that animated series. Yes, it is. That we would see, and there you see the original Teen Titans animated series. A lot of people prefer this series. It's very much like in the vein of Batman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited, Superman, that whole DC animated run that they were doing for a while.
It's still fun to watch. It's funny the whole time as well. They cracked jokes during the whole thing. The whole chemistry between Beast Boy and Cyborg was great.
Oh yeah, like the buddy friendship between the two of them is an amazing thing. Like, everybody has a personality on the show, and that's the one thing about the Titans, is each one of these characters, they might have different personalities. They might not all come from the same background.
Robin has a little hot head attitude.
But they're a family. They're the family that they chose to kind of be with, and after all these years, the Titans can only really
trust each other.
And it goes even further. We'll get into that in a little bit more.
Which, the one thing, Cyborg, I can't watch Walking Dead because of Cyborg. Because the one character, King Ezekiel, is Cyborg.
Oh, yeah?
So every time I'm watching him, I'm like, just say something Cyborg would say, please.
Booyah!
That's all I'm waiting for.
One booyah. That's all you need. I know Eddie Torres is happy. But they not only made the Teen Titans cartoon that was overly popular, everybody loved it, including their mamas to certain degrees. For me, though, as much as I enjoyed that series, there was another series that would come out that was quite controversial, but equally as entertaining to some people, and that is Teen Titans Go, made more for a little younger audience, and of course they would have Teen Titans Go to the movies as well, which
was actually a good one right there.
To me, Teen Titans Go to the movies represents all the great things of the Teen Titans Go series that you would, if you were a fan like me watching all along, it got to show you what the show was really like. Now, a lot of what Teen Titans Go is about is the Titans on their off days.
Yeah.
Where the main progress show is Teen Titans being ultra serious, dealing with real life issues. Teen Titans Go, there's literally an island adventure 5-part episode, in one of which they get dinosaurs that, like, the entire thing is like, oh my god, we found an island that has dinosaurs on it. We can't really expect ourselves to take these noble, majestic creatures and not use them to fight to the death. And then they go, okay, well, I'm going to choose this one. Like, Robin chooses a Velociraptor simply because it can open doors. He teaches it the entire episode to try to open a door, and it works when he doesn't want it to. Starfire gets a pterodactyl, but calls it a pterodactyl because she likes, you know, even though the P is silent, she likes saying pterodactyl. So, really a great show. I loved every last minute of Teen Titans Go.
The thing I like about Teen Titans Go, you still had the original voice actors, too, playing it. So, even if you prefer the regular Teen Titans, you still can watch it and enjoy it because it's still the same people doing it.
Very much so. And one of the things that I think this show did a lot better of a job with is showing off hardcore all the different personalities that these characters actually have dialed up a little bit more. Raven or Robin with the seriousness, Raven with the darkness, Starfire being way out there off the wall goofy because she's an alien from another planet, the friendship between Beastborg and Cyborg and stuff like that, all covered very well within the Teen Titans Go TV series. Then, if that wasn't bigger and better enough, they would then take Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go and make them combined into one movie, Teen Titans Go versus the Teen Titans. I haven't gotten to the chance to experience this one yet. I've been uber excited about it since it was announced originally with the Teen Titans Go to the movies film that came out. I'm excited for it. I don't have the DC app to watch it just yet, but I'm waiting for it.
It's worth watching.
I highly think so. So I can't wait. Did you get to see it yet? Come on, man. Details. We've got audience here.
I don't even remember much of it. It's been last year it came out?
I believe so, yeah.
And my memory is shot for that.
Well, there you go.
I watched so much after that. It was a decent movie.
But yes, Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go. I highly recommend that one, even though I haven't seen it yet, because Teen Titans Go in it, and I absolutely love them. When I actually have a Teen Titans Go deck building game made by Cryptozoic that...
Oh, wait, isn't that what I got for Christmas?
Yes, it is actually
same
exact thing. But you know what's so cool about that one? You might not be a Rick and Morty fan. I'm a Rick and Morty fan. I have the two
Rick and who?
I have the two Rick and Morty deck building games made by Cryptozoic, and they're cross-compatible. So you can have the Teen Titans Go...
Fight Rick and Morty?
Fight the entire citadel of Ricks.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, some of the fun things you can have with Cryptozoic and their deck building games, but I bought each one to be separate, be their own universes, stuff like that, but it is an option. Now, one of the other things that would come out that would really showcase how close-knit and tight-knit the Teen Titans are, and we were mentioned it a little bit before, about how trusting of a family unit they were in Teen Titans versus the Justice League. That's right, two groups of heroes going at it all over Cyborg, because he would go out, there is some issues with him and some of his programming. The Justice League thought he was corrupted. The Teen Titans thought, no, he can be saved. And the two teams inevitably go to war. And what made this one so really cool and interesting to me is the Robin in this one was Damian Wayne, Batman's son, and he winds up developing a little crush and gets a little girlfriend in this series. Do you know who? Given all of the Titans characters, who do you think Damian Wayne, Robin, would go after?
More likely would be Raven.
And you are correct.
Yeah.
Raven and Damian Wayne strike up a little bit of a relationship.
Oof.
And
I don't know about that one.
I prefer it a little bit more than Beast Boy. Because at least, they can sit around and listen to Ghost with each other.
So wait, if it was Beast Boy, would she be doing a... Would she be doing
No,
a furry?
we're not going there.
Would she?
We're not going
Beast
there.
Boy, hold on. Is Beast Boy a furry?
I mean, yeah. He can turn into any animal he so chooses. I mean, if he wanted to be an anthropomorphic animal thing, he could. I mean, we don't really understand how the technical side of all that works. I mean, there was a monkey involved. His parents did an experiment. It was a whole thing. But anyway, so that is all the animated versions, all the TV versions, but not all the TV versions, because DC would all shine themselves in this instance, because they would go out and they would create their own TV network series like Netflix, like Disney Plus, what is the name of it? It's escaping me. I know you have a subscription to it.
Actually, I don't. John does.
Well, fair enough. Papa Tech has one. So what is the name of it? It's I know it's not DC Direct. DC Direct is the toy company that they have.
It's DC Universe Ultimate Membership.
DC Universe is the name of the app. So we don't have to do housekeeping next week. Thank you for looking it up. But the DC Universe app has the Harley Quinn brand new animated series. It had the Doom Patrol series, which I heard great things about. Brendan Fraser back acting as a half man, half robot thing. But we also got the Titans series, a live action version of the Teen Titans. Season 1 was a little bit... Yes. There you see what Beast Boy looked like.
So we get Damian Wayne. Not
and
Damian.
We get
no, it's
Dick Grayson.
Jason Todd. Sorry. Dick Grayson and Jason Todd.
And of course, there's Raven, Starfire, and there was a lot of controversy over this show because of the casting of Starfire.
Yes, because Starfire is ethnic. She's black in this, and her outfit, she looks like a hooker. But if you go back to the original Titans, that's the outfit she wore.
Yes.
Was that outfit.
And there you can see, though, when her powers start activating, because that was one of the big things that they put out there was, look, you're seeing a photo somebody took off of their cell phone. There's no graphics added. There's nothing extra to it. It's just her in costume.
Yeah.
And as you can... And where you see right there, she glows bright orange like her skin color in the comic books. And this is one of those weird things of like, you're going to complain that the black chick can't be an orange chick.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that is absolutely ridiculous to me.
The first season beginning was a little rough to watch, but it started getting better. Yes, you have Dick Grayson, you have Corey Anders, Rachel Routh, Gar is in it, Jason Todd, Donna Troy.
And I believe Doom Patrol makes some scheduled appearances and stuff in it too.
So there's a lot of people that show up, and you get Superboy in it. Even Crypto the Dog's in it now.
You gotta love Crypto the Dog. I don't like Superman, but I don't mind me some Crypto. But we normally don't do this and showcase stuff like this, but we thought that it would be a great time because Season 2 of Titans is coming out relatively soon.
It's already out. Season 3 is the one coming out.
Oh, so this is the Season 3 trailer?
There's no trailer yet.
So this is the Season 2 trailer.
Season 2 trailer.
See, I don't know. He watches it more than I do. Here is the Season 2 trailer for Titans.
You burned the suit, you're not Robin anymore, so what now?
Being Hawk and Dove was dangerous for both of us. I stopped, but if you can't, we're done.
You're asking me to choose between my destiny and you.
Maybe they're the same thing.
I'm so tired.
End your little experiment or I will burn this place down myself.
There's ghosts in this place. Tell them what happened.
Look, I don't take orders from you anymore, man.
Get out of my way.
You're in my way.
Would you do it again? Devote all that time and trouble for someone that just wants to leave?
I would do everything exactly the same.
I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do.
I don't think you have a choice. You ready for this, Grayson?
Yep.
What is the deal with you and Shimmer, anyway?
Well, first, her name is Shimmer. That's just annoying.
Okay, Crypto. And I guess I'm Connor.
Yeah, what the hell is this place anyway?
This is a place where people like you can learn how to be the best version of who you are.
I hope I haven't broken this place.
Hello, Miss Coriander.
Who else do they send?
Just me. Sorry about that, Your Highness.
I'm glad you could make it! Fight the back, bitches!
Slade Wilson is why we shuttered this place. Sooner or later, he'll come knocking.
He's gonna kill how many more now?
Now's the time. Be Batman.
You get Deathstroke, you get Superboy, you get Crypto, you get Aqualad.
Look,
So
I
they're
don't care
bringing a
about
lot
any of those people
in.
anymore. Forget all that. You get Thad Castle. That's right. Blue Mountain State, #1. They did it once before. The Rise of Thad. He's in here. He's got a super suit and everything. I like it. Let's do this. Thad Castle, baby.
It's worth watching. It's definitely checking out. Then after that, you got to check out Doom Patrol. But one quick thing, they tied this up into the Flash Crisis of in the Earth thing.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
That happened last year. They tied this up into that series too.
Exactly.
So
but
it's kind of cool.
This is going to do it for us on this issue of Comic Book 101 TV. Thank you all for joining us here each and every week. We want to say thank you once again to our wonderful friends over at Yancey Street Comics. You can find me at IPW Hardcore Wrestling, Cracking Skulls. Nope, that got canceled, both of those shows. But IPW still technically going on as far as I know. And then, of course, you can check out Mr. Michael Stanley.
Cosplay Tampa Bay, Instagram, Facebook. If you need photo shoots, anything, hit me up and let's get some stuff done. I need to take photos. I got no conventions going on. I'm losing time. I need to take photos.
But this is going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Please join us next week, every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, right here on WeBeam TV.
What time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
I am your wonderful, prettiful, beautiful host, the Princess of Weird, Josh Johnson.
I'm the ever more beautiful co-host, Cosplay in Tampa Bay.
Please be safe to one another and friendly. We'll see you next week.